Big week in the AFC. Martavis Bryant, the Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver, suspended for the year. Meanwhile, the New England Patriots acquire a big tight end in Martellus Bennett. And it got us thinking here at the Around the NFL crew, who has the superior offense at this stage heading to 2016? I'll start with you, Chris Wessling.
I think the Bryant injury changes quite a bit. They still have a loaded offense, but he is a dynamic talent. And people forget for the first 10 games last year, the Patriots' offense was unstoppable. Basically the same personnel, except they add Martellus Bennett and Chris Hogan.
They outsmart teams, and they always find a way. But you got to count the offensive line in this equation, and they were not very good at all on the offensive line last year, whereas Pittsburgh, I think that's a strength. And I think if you're just lining up pure talent, Pittsburgh has it all over New England. Now New England makes it up with guile and coaching and Brady, but I'm taking the Steelers even as a Patriots homer.
Guile, huh?
Well, they figure out ways to win games, but I think ultimately you'd rather have the more talented players like Antonio Brown that can just make plays on their own. Le'Veon Bell.
There was a little scapegoating at the end of the Patriots season. They fired the offensive line coach, but they were banged up, as we know. So if they're healthy and Dion Lewis comes back healthy, and Martellus Bennett is motivated and is keeping his head on straight, and that's a great offense. They could score 32 points a game easily.
This offensive line hand-wringing is a little misplaced. They started three subs or three guys at positions they don't normally play in the Broncos loss in the playoffs. This offensive line was really good for most of the season last year. They just got really banged up at the end of the year. They didn't need new faces.
I don't know about really good.
They needed health.
They weren't healthy. Nate Solder.
What do you mean they weren't really good? They scored like 35 points a game through October.
That's Tom Brady to me being really good and making up
because he had time to throw.
Let me just throw it because I side with the Pats on this one because the other thing with the Steelers' durability we have to take into account. Is Big Ben going to be able to play 16 games? Is Le'Veon Bell going to be able to be like Le'Veon Bell after a serious knee injury? Martavis is out of the picture. I just think maybe the Patriots are in better position right now.
As we tape this, the Patriots starting backfield is Dion Lewis, who's coming off a very serious injury, and Donald Brown. I mean, they don't have running back.
There's 100% chance they sign a running back or draft a running back.
But the Steelers, to me, have the best running back in the league, also coming off a big injury. But that's a big advantage.
Great discourse, guys.
Wow.
That's why people enjoy what we do. Check out the Around the NFL podcast 3 times a week.